Hello students, welcome to today's class. In this lecture video, we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is job evaluation and merit rating. Now let's see the lecture objectives. To understand job evaluation, what is job evaluation? Let us try to understand. And to discuss about merit rating. So also what is merit rating, we are trying to discuss about it. So finally at the end of the lecture, you will be able to understand and apply job evaluation and also the merit rating. So now let's discuss about what is a job analysis. Job analysis is a systematic exploration, study and recording the responsibilities, duties, skills, accountabilities, work environment and ability requirements of a specific job. So job analysis is a systematic exploration and also the study and recording the responsibilities of the incumbent in this particular job, what it is going to be performed, and also what duties that the job holder is going to perform, and what skills that are necessary for fulfilling that particular job, and also what are the things that a job holder has to maintain, that is accountabilities, and also in what work environment the job is to be performed, and also the ability requirements of a particular job is described in this job analysis. So it is also involves determining the relative importance of duties. So it is also the explaining or determining the relative importance of the duties. So which duty is important in a particular job, and also what are the responsibilities that are associated, and physical and emotional skills that are required for that particular job is also a part of job analysis. So comprehensive job analysis begins with the study of the organization itself. So it starts with the study of the organization first, and then its purpose, and then design and structure the inputs and outputs and external and internal environments and resource constraints. These are the main parameters for the job analysis. Now, what is a job description? So, job description includes the basic job related data that is useful to advertise a specific job and attract a pool of talent. So, the job description means it is the basic job related data. It is not the candidate's information. So, it is about the jobs information, job related data that is useful to advertise a specific job and attract a pool of talent. So, finally, why this job description is made is it is to present in the advertisements and try to explain about what the job and what it is expecting from the candidates who are interested to apply for that particular job. So finally it is to attract the pool of talent, a job description is required. And what it includes in this, so what is there in this job description is job title. So what is the title of a job? Manager, assistant manager, as such what is the title of the job? That is also included in the job description. And the next in job location. So where is this particular responsibility is going to be performed? This job is going to be performed, whether it is Mumbai or Kolkata. So where necessarily the candidate is supposed to work and the sectors. Reporting to end of employees. So to whom that this particular job holder is going to report. So if it is an assistant manager, naturally the assistant manager is going to report to manager. So in this way, who is going to whom the candidate is going to be reported also will be included. And then job summary. So finally, the job summary, like what is that the job, and what are the responsibilities that are to be delivered in this particular job will be explained. Then nature and objectives of a job, and then what is that is expected from the job. So what is the objective of this recruitment of this particular position will be discussed in this. And then tasks and duties to be performed. So actually, what are the different tasks and what are the different responsibilities that he is going to perform in this particular job is also a part of job description. And then working conditions. So what are the different working conditions that are required and also to be followed in this job? That is also a part of job description. So working conditions, rather the working conditions are the means what kind of working conditions that are associated with this particular job is also a part of the job description. And also job description describes about the machineries to which on which the job holder is going to perform, and also tools what the job holder is going to utilize, the equipment, all these will be included in this job description. In case if it is hazard and if it is a hazardous kind of job, means the kind of equipment to which that the incumbent is going to perform. So whether it is in a hazard based job or so, it must be clearly described in the job description in the job description. And then purpose of job description is why the job description is required. The main purpose of job description is to collect job related data in order to advertise for a particular job. Say for example, you are going to give this particular job advertisement. So whenever you are trying to give an advertisement about a particular job, so wherein you are expecting some pool of talent. So now those people must have a clear-cut understanding that what is that they are supposed to do it when they select for the job or a position. So in case if you miss in giving the kind of information to the prospective applicants, then probably whatever the data that you supply, so may convey negatively to the particular applicants, and you may not select the right people for the position that is required for you. So that is why it is very important for the employer also to look at the job description as whether the job description is correctly given or not. So based on that, the candidates will understand what the position it is and what kind of the responsibilities that are to be fulfilled by this particular job, and they can apply for the job. And it helps in attracting, targeting, recruiting and selecting the right candidates for the right job. So for the right job. So for the right job, you need a right person. So for recruiting the right person for the right job, so this job description is required. And it is done to determine what needs to be delivered in the particular job. So finally, what exactly to be done in one particular job, and it clarifies what employees are supposed to do if selected and for a particular job opening. So this way, it is going to give the job description, and employees will, prospective employees will understand what the job is and how they are going to, how they are supposed to perform. And it gives recruiting staff a clear view as what kind of candidate is required by a particular department or a division to perform a specific task. So being a HR, you may not be thorough about what is the actual responsibilities that the particular employee is to be performed. So that's why you should have a broad understanding about what kind of candidate is required and supposed to be what kind of duties that are to be performed at the lower levels. So which is very, very important that a job description will tell the even the HR also as what kind of candidates are to be selected and what candidature is required for a particular job. All this that HR also will look at about this job description only. And it also clarifies who will report to whom. So finally, to whom this job or the incumbent has to report to the authority also will be known only when there is a job description. And the next one is a job specification. So job specification is also known as employee specifications. What is that employee is required for this particular job? So a job description is a written statement of educational qualifications, specific qualities, skill of experience, and physical skills, emotional, technical and communication skills that are required to perform a job, responsibilities involved in a job and other unusual sensory demands. So means what kind of qualification is required. What qualification is required for performing that particular job? So in jobs description, we have seen what job it is. In the job description, in job specification, we are supposed to see what kind of candidate is, candidate he is. So now, well, what kind of qualifications that the candidate is having, and what skills that are required for the candidates, what qualities are to be required. So all these are a part of job specification. It also includes general health, like in job description specification itself, what kind of candidates are required with good health, mental health, intelligence, aptitude, memory, judgment. So what skills that are required to be performed for the particular employee should have, or prospective employee should have for performing the particular job. So this is called a job descriptions. Now, why is this job specification? So, described on the basis of job specification helps the candidates to analyze whether they are eligible to apply for the particular vacancy or not. So, in the preliminary observation of the vacancy position, the candidates must understand whether they are suitable for that job or not. They should understand whether they are qualified for this particular job or not. For that, they look at the job specification. It also helps the recruiting team of an organization understand what level of qualifications, qualities, and set of characteristics should be present in the candidate to make him or her eligible for the job opening. So for that, HR team also to understand the kind of qualified candidates are to be recruited for the job. Also, this job specification will help. And job specification gives the detailed information about any job, including job responsibilities, technical and physical skills, conversational ability, and much more that is required for performing the job. In order also, it helps in selecting the most appropriate candidate for a particular job. So for selecting the most appropriate one for the particular job specification is a must. And defines the job fully and guide both employer and employee on how to go about the whole process of the recruitment and selection. So finally, as a purpose of job specification, the job fully and guide both employer and employee and on how to go about the whole process of entire recruitment and the selection process of how it should go, and finally this job specification is going to happen. So when the right job specification is given, the candidates also understand what kind of job it is, what kind of responsibility it is, and also what is that particular thing that is required for performing this particular job, and what educational qualifications and what kind of skills that are required. So this way they will understand the kind of requirements for that particular job position. And in case if the candidate is not suitable for that position at that particular moment, if this job specification is given, then it will help the candidates for the future preparation purpose also. In case if the candidates are aspirants about that position, so then this job specification also gives them an idea, or it can be a guidance for them to prepare for the future and also get ready for the future jobs as well. So for this way also the job specification is going to be helpful. So both the data are extremely relevant for creating the right balance, the right fit between the job and the talent. Now on the other side, what is called a merit rating. A merit rating is the systematic evaluation of a performance of an employee on the job in terms of requirements of a job. Yes, we have recruited some candidates for some positions. Okay, whether they are performing well or not, whether the candidate is recruited is really fit for the job or not. So to verify that, the merit rating can be helpful. So in the merit rating, what we do is, it is a systematic evaluation of performance of an employee. So in this process, we are going to analyze these employees' performance and the kind of requirements for the job, whether the candidate is really fulfilled those positions or not. The merit rating is going to be verify. And what are the different methods of merit rating are available? So there are basically two types of methods are available. One is traditional methods, the other one is a modern methods. Now let us see what are the traditional methods of merit rating are available. First method is the ranking method. So in the ranking method, what we do is employee is concerned with all other for the purpose of placing order of worth and rank. So here what happens is the same level of people or positioned people are evaluated and their performance is compared in the form of ranks. So the ranks will be given for the performance of the employees and on the order of ranks they will be placed. So in this way, the top ranker will be given a better preference as per the appraisal purpose. And then other method is the paid comparison method. So paid comparison method is each employee is compared with other employees on one-on-one basis based on one trait. So there are different traits that are required for performing the job. So for each and every trait, the employee will be compared with another employee. So this way, paid comparison method is going to evaluate the performance of the employee. The other method is a grading method. So certain categories of worth are established in advance and carefully defined. So like outstanding, satisfactory, undefined, unsatisfactory. This kind of the categories are being fixed. So based on the performance, so their performance will be categorized whether it is outstanding performance or it is satisfactory performance or unsatisfactory performance. It is graded. So this is what is known as a grading method. So wherein even most of the employees are when you adopt this method, you will fix what amount of number of employees are coming under outstanding performance or is there any employees which are coming under unsatisfactory level of performance. You can easily understand based on. The other method is a checklist method. So checklist method is a series of statements or questions with their answers yes or no are prepared by HR department and finally it will be posed to the employees. Based on the answers, the employee performance will be rated. And then critical incidence method. Critical incidence method means employee focuses on attention of attention on the employee at the key or critical behavior that make the difference between performing job in a noteworthy manner. Means in critical levels or critical areas how the employees are performing. In general, in the normal scenario, employees may perform more or less same. But in some situations like critical cases, some employees exceptionally perform well and show their abilities in the critical times. So for an employee, it is very important to look at the people who are employees who are working at the critical level and help the employer in those critical times. So that's why this critical incidence method also adopted to understand the candidates who are capable enough to handle the critical incidents. Next one is graphics rating scale method. In this method, the printed appraisal form is used to appraise each employee and wherein the simple printed appraisal form is given and tried to be asked to fill the employees and it will be based on that the rating will be given. And then essay method. So it writes a narrative description on the employee's strengths, weaknesses, past performance and potential and suggestions for improvement. It is like a self kind of evaluation wherein the essay will be asked to write down about their performance and based on that also performance will be considered. And the next type of methods are modern methods. Modern methods are like first one is management by objectives. So management by objectives is a process whereby the superior and subordinate managers of an organization jointly identify its common goals. So management by objectives to wherein superior and subordinates both are jointly fix these objectives and define each individual's major areas of responsibility in terms of results expected of him and use these measures for guidelines for operating unit and assessing the contribution of each of these members. And finally, based on these metrics, the employee's performance will be evaluated. This is called management by objectives. The next one is behaviorally anchored rating scales, bars. So these bars are the descriptions of various degrees of behavior with respect to a specific performance dimension. So there are some for an employer, the performance in specific dimension may be required sometimes. So to understand whether the employees are performing well in terms of those dimensions or not, these bars are used. So it combines the benefits of narratives, critical incidents, and quantified ratings by anchoring a specified, quantified scale with specific behavioral examples of good or poor performance. These bars are going to evaluate the performance of the employees. And then lastly, the 360 degrees appraisal, the modern method, one of the most famous modern method, that is 360 degree appraisal. In this method, performance information such as employee skills, abilities, behaviors is collected all round, and an employee, i.e. from his superiors, subordinates, peers, even customers and clients also will be taken into consideration, and based on that the employee will be evaluated for their performance. So these are the modern methods. So when you conclude this, the job evaluation allows the employer go beyond the grading of jobs in order to pay each employee salary and benefits he or she is worth the crafting of job descriptions which are on the basis of job evaluation allows the employer to handle other aspects, people management better. Now let's have a small quiz on this topic. A quantitative technique in job evaluation process is whether it is job classification, alternative ranking method, aligned reward strategy, or it is a pointing method. Right, it's a point method. And the second step in ranking method of job evaluation is to combine ratings, rank jobs, selecting compensable factors, or it is grouping jobs. So it is grouping jobs. So in this way, you will get some the questions based on this particular topic. The disclaimer. Thank you very much.